Hey everybody, this is Grace, and this is a second video on the one topic, but it's a separate idea in a way, or separate focus. Well, not even that. But anyway, it's about dysfunctional families, and when people invalidate you. Well, in this, it doesn't have to be dysfunctional families. It can be somebody would call them narcissistic, histrionic, whatever their behaviors, and I'm not diagnosing them with any personality disorder, but just their behaviors. Really self-centered, self-absorbed. It's all about them to them, and so forth. That type. Some would call them just toxic people. Anyway, and about when they basically invalidate, it could be your ideas, invalidate your experience, your feelings, emotions, and in the other video I made it, like some call it collateral damage, or there's consequential damage, but it's of a social nature, okay, or an emotional and like along that line. It's not about business or military, but it's some, it's like I just said. So I want to elaborate. I want to do like a separate issue I kind of mentioned in that last one. So, okay. Now, I have done videos on this topic. I have more than one channel. I've mentioned this over years. My original channel I started 6 years ago. And during this time, I've mentioned so many times about, because it happens a lot, about people who will kind of do things like steal your ideas. They steal your persona, or they're still parts of your personality, your catchphrases, your accent, your just simple differences in ways that you put things, the expressions you use, the idioms, the metaphors, whatever. They're going to steal it. Like if there's something new that they've heard, like you say something, some new kind of expression, you make it up yourself, or some words you make up. Every once in a while you make up funny words. Like my brother, he's older. One time when we were young, he said that he was stress-strated. And think about it, he was stressed, and he was frustrated. He was stress-strated. And like I say something like that, and say someone steals it and makes the story their own. Says, oh, my brother did this and this, and this is the word he came up with. Or they just use it themselves. Okay? And they don't give the credit to the person who said it. They don't know. It's just to them, it's their own. And they don't care how that makes that other person feel. The person who's actually told the story. Well, and that's some of it. Now, one of the things that made me go down the line thinking about this, and I was, just kind of looking stuff up about copyrights. And I had looked up, I don't know when it was, how long ago it was, but like videos are copyrighted. We all have seen that. People say you can do this and that with this and that and all that. But it is copyrighted to the person. From what I understand, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. Don't go by my word. Find out for yourself. I could be wrong. But from what I understand, they're copyrighted. And like if it's a story on top of it, and somebody steals their story, your story, and makes it their own, when it's copyrighted. ... It made me go down that line. I looked up more and more and more. Anyway, but it's like when they steal your ideas. How is it? From what I read, and that could be wrong, because anything you read on the internet could be wrong. Quite often, in my experience, it is. But when it's made into something that is copyrighted, when they steal your ideas, you can't really sue them for stealing your ideas. And what I read, and it was just something I looked up on the internet. I don't know who said it, where it was. How some of them just pop up, but it so there has to be something that was made into a copyrighted form or something. I don't know. I would give them credit if I knew who it was, but it's not my idea. See, and that's the thing. They won't say that. They will not. The people that I've experienced, I'm not saying everybody in the world or anybody who does this, but the people who do this thing, they're not about to say that I looked it up and I found it this, or that I don't even know, it's unknown. No, they just take it, and as if it's their own idea. Even laws. Oh my goodness. That, something like that, it's their own idea to them. They don't need to give anybody else credit because they're the one who's due credit because they've said it. Yeah, that's, ugh. But I was a career student, so I shouldn't even say but. I was a career student. And yeah, plagiarism and stuff like that. But they can get around it. I understand that. But I can also understand that if a story is copyrighted and they steal it as their own, ... okay? Yes, after saying all that. Now, excuse me, allergies, man. I'm well aware of that, especially people around your same age can have very, very similar experiences, past, present, and in the future. Like tomorrow. I'm well aware of that. But as I've mentioned in other videos, whenever they have the same thing the next day, or the same thought the next day, and it happens repeatedly over time, yeah, one time you might say, second time you go, whoa, third time you're probably going, there's no coincidence to it. Maybe you figure that out right away. Especially, like I said, if it's something that's kind of unique, which these days it's like it was unique, but yeah, things can be unique. Like my brother saying stress-related, and I'm saying my brother many years ago, you see, like this, and then for somebody, to use the same story the next day, okay, that, yeah, and especially when things are dated, published dates and all, and yeah, but what to get back to this invalidation, some of these people, like I said in that other video about just your experiences with something, like somebody growing up, your memories and all that was in that last video. But this one is like when you're telling a story from your childhood. This is what happened to me not too long ago. I told a story on this channel, if I put it on the right channel, it was one where I was very hurt by what had happened. And very hurt, and it was obvious. And someone took from that video my story and made it her own story. Just think for a moment. I was, opening up, talking about my experience, my feelings, and this woman who has a habit of stealing my ideas took my experience, my personal hurtful experience, and made it her own for more views, so she can make more money, so she can draw more people in. She did not say it was my experience. She made it her own. She did not mention me at all. She never has. She doesn't just do it to me. She does it to other people too. And wow. But did she think about how that would make me feel? Of course not. If she did, why did she do it? If she had any morals, any sense of right or wrong, no discernment there, or no knowledge of, just none. Right or wrong doesn't matter. As long as she gets what she wants, right then. She wants that. She wants to make more money. She wants to make more of this. She wants to have a story to tell. Someone to give her attention. Someone bad, negative, positive, doesn't matter. She wants attention. That's how I see it. That's how I see people who do things like this. They don't care. I think, as I mentioned that last video, they don't have any sense of even thinking about. Some of them it's planned, but some of them don't even have a sense of thinking about anybody else because they're so focused on themselves. They're so self-absorbed. It's all about them that they don't even consider that it could be harmful to somebody else. You know? It's just, ooh, I want that. Ooh, I'm going to have that. And you can bet they would never apologize because then they'd have to admit that they were wrong. Okay, that was wrong for them to do that. Now, I'm not saying everybody who has that kind of behavior is like this and does this and that. But the ones I've experienced, they don't. They really are not thinking of other people at all. Wow. Okay. Now, so how I'm feeling, how I felt about it when I saw that, I was like, wow, how a low life form would do something like that. But is it that way? Is it what it is? What is it exactly? Okay. Yeah, but I do think that we have a problem with this kind of thing. I mean, it's not anything new. I've been online for 30 years, since 1990, in the sense of social media, even before then, but it was just different than anything. And people who just say, ooh, grab, it's mine, even when it's not theirs. Yeah. But there needs to be more punishment. There really does. Somebody's doing it intentionally, say, oh, I'm going to go watch these videos, these people, because they always have good ideas, and I'm going to take them. And they do it repeatedly. Like I said, we can all have similar experiences in life. Maybe one here, one there. I might have one today, just like that same person. But to go out and just purposefully watch people's videos past and way in the past, okay, even, and to take that idea and make it your own, that story, make it your own. But see, these are not people who are thinking. And I do think, it's the thinking in that sense of, I should concern myself about them. I should feel, compassion and empathy for this other person. That they went through that. No, I want to have it my own, and I'm going to get attention from it. And I'm going to get maybe more money from it. Something so selfish. They want it. They don't care. And some of the people that I've seen over the years, and I'm not talking about just online, just over years, who do this, really, I mean, to me, in some part, they just don't have a soul. Okay, they don't have a conscience, and they will play the victim too. They will tell stories about how they were victimized, and you would think, okay, your story about how you were victimized should have taught you a lesson or two. That no, you don't want to go out and do that to other people, innocent people. So if anything was to be invalidated, it was what they just said. Not you, but what they just said. And not even then, really. But see, I have compassion and empathy for people. I don't see it. I see they lack it. Like, you look up narcissistic personality disorder, and yeah, but I'm not diagnosing. But they do. They just lack. Lack doesn't mean none. Now, remember that. Like, if I were to say I lack funds to go on this trip, that doesn't mean I'm flat broke. Just I don't have enough funds. I lack funds. So, but no, most of what they feel is that they get attention. These can be people who are doing this stuff, like you just said, but they have seen how much attention people, get by talking about, say, narcissistic personality disorder or histrionic personality disorder, whatever. They see that people get that attention, so they grab that too. you see. And, oh, I'm going to talk about that, and then make myself a victim of it, and then start stealing other people's ideas. I'm shaking my head, by the way. Oh my goodness. But see, we do have a problem with this. I really do. I think it's covering, it's growing like weeds. You know. Because it's like too many just lack a conscience, lack morals, like ethics even, and so on. They lack that empathy for other people, because to them it's all about them. No, we know that's nothing new. We all know that. You know, I experienced when I was a kid. I've been around this type since I was born. I'm not exaggerating. Since I was born. You know, the type that makes it all about them. When I was a child, I was already analyzing this kind of behavior as a young child. You know, like, why in dysfunctional families do some turn out bad and some turn out good? As a child, that's how I thought about it. You know, bad or good. You know. So, anyway. Okay, this is my second video today. It's November 6th, 2020. But, yeah, I might do more on this topic. And, I don't know if I'll put them up one after the other. Like I said, I'm not a fan of doing that. And, but anyway, some of my, by the way, you know, some of my stories, I've actually, you know, true life stories, I've made into, well, made fictional. They're, you know, it's like a composite. Anybody who writes or anything like that, they're getting their, you know, they're coming up with fictional characters, but they've learned how, you know, you go through life, you learn different kind of behaviors of other people. Really, so it's like a composite of things that you've learned. And some people just, yeah, you know, just come up with characters. And that's written and that would be copyrighted. But also, but I don't know. See, I'm not a lawyer. I'm going to check more out on this, but it would make sense. But these days, what would make sense doesn't always, yeah, isn't always there. Anyway, okay, I'm going to wrap this one up. I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.